What's up, everybody? Thanks for watching the other videos I've put out so far. I took a little day off from making a video yesterday. Got a lot of requests for this. I'm here to talk about the one instrument that many people have requested. No, a bunch of people asked about what basses I have. I don't have many, but I got a couple, and I'd love to share them with you and tell you a little bit about each one of them. Let's do it. Bass number one is this Epiphone Jack Cassidy bass. This actually belongs to a friend of mine who is now in Florida, Jay. Hi, Jay. The story behind this thing is years ago, while teching with Kings of Leon, we were doing the European Music Awards. I believe it was One Republic. They did a performance where every instrument was this really kind of gross blue color. They bought a bunch of cheap instruments because their performance was them getting rained on. A friend of ours that worked for them at the time, after the performance, was like, hey, if you guys want any of that gear, take it. We're just going to leave it here. So Jay took this bass, had his buddy paint it, pinstripe it. It's pretty awesome. It's got a couple different tone switch kind of thing, impedance, I think, maybe. So it's kind of like quiet, louder, all the loud. Pretty awesome. Bass number two is this awesome bass here. This is a Fender Coronado. I have the guitar version of this. This is kind of on permanent trade, permanent loan from Nathan Thomas. Hello, Nathan. I had a Guild Starfire bass, and it's a really cool bass. I loved it, but I was really wanting a bass that had a neck pickup because I do a lot of reggae stuff, and that like nice deep tone is awesome. So Nathan was like, "You want to just do like a somewhat permanent trade, whatever, let's just trade and see what happens." So we did, and that was months and months ago. Super heavy. It's technically a short scale, but when you put it up next to my P bass, it doesn't look like that to me. It doesn't feel like that either, so this is an awesome sounding bass. Normally I use this for like deeper bass tones, like a reggae dub kind of stuff. The neck pickup sounds so awesome. What was that? This thing also sounds good on the bridge pickup, especially when you add the MXR Distortion Plus. This is a really cool bass. Guyatone. In the 70s they made these things. It's basically like a Mossrite. And I got this up in Canton, Ohio. A guy named Patrick Boyle, who lives here now, is a great luthier. It's got some issues I need to have tended to. Yeah. That I can normally fix, but you can't see it because there's a truss rod cover. Whatever size end that is of the truss rod, I went through my entire tool collection and could not find a thing that would fit it. So I need to hit up my friend to fix it for me. The E string's good to go. It's such a rad bass, and I wish it worked better. It's so cool looking too. If you find them like reverbs, and they're insanely cheap too. It's like the Johnny Ramone Mossrite shape. Last but not least, my favorite bass I've ever owned, Fender P bass. Nice wear and tear. I don't clean my guitars much. I mean, I'll wipe them down, for dust and stuff like that, but I don't care about getting nicks in it. I mean, I'll do this all day long. It looks cool. I like beat up looking guitars. So I got this at a place here in Nashville called Chamber Music that's no longer around. When I first moved here, so I probably bought this. I moved here in 01, probably bought this in 02. And I had another jazz bass back in California. It was this weird jazz bass that had a Music Man pickup in it. And as a lot of people know, Music Man basses were super popular in the late 90s, early 2000s. And I thought I loved it. And then the time went on, I was like, I don't really like the sound of the Music Man pickup. So I ended up, I think I gave it to my dad and told him to sell it. Still hot. I told him to sell it and get something he wanted. So yeah, like a year or two later, I was in Nashville and saw this, and it had a white pick guard. It's like this weird satin-ish finish, not a thick lacquer. So that's why a lot of the paint has come off so easy. How cool! It just looks awesome. You know, it's a true workhorse bass. You can't go wrong with the P bass. I think it's the greatest bass in the history of bass guitars, in my opinion. Some people will disagree with me, but you could play this in like any style of music. I mean, you see people like Steve Harris from Iron Maiden playing it, down to, you know, Dee Dee Ramone from the Ramones, Paul Simonon from the Clash. I mean, come on. Know what I mean? If you followed my old band Rattling years ago, it's probably been 9 years now, we got to play The Tonight Show when Jay Leno was still hosting it. And I don't know why John Warren wanted to play my bass. He had some awesome basses, but he really liked this one. So if you go back and find Rattling on The Tonight Show, a Christmas episode playing Sleigh Ride, you'll see that bass. He's standing right next to Tom Wilson, who you'll know from Back to the Future and Freaks and Geeks. Hi, Tom.
Please welcome Rattling.
Look at that guy. Here's the bass. There's Tom Wilson. Get it, Warren. Can't go wrong with the P bass, like I said. Well, unfortunately, this will be a shorter episode because those are all the basses I have here. That's it. And one of them's not really working that well. Thanks again for watching. I'm really sweaty still. I've been touching my face a lot today because I'm sweaty, but I've been washing my hands a lot. So hopefully I'm good. Stay safe, everybody. Hope you have a great weekend. And I'm not sure what we'll do next. Maybe acoustics? Maybe acoustics next, I don't know. I've got a few acoustics. Maybe I can do a combo episode of acoustics and I own 2 lap steels as well. Those are really fun. I know, pretty exciting. And the melodica. We can do a melodica episode just on that. So anyways, that's all. See y'all later.